So give me faith to trust what you say, that you're good and your love is great. I'm broken inside, I give you my life, 'cause I may be weak, your spirit's strong in me, my flesh may fail, I know you never will. Never fail, you've never failed. You've never failed me yet, God. You've never failed, you've never failed, and you never will. Give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. Here I am, here I stand. Lord, my life is in your hands. Lord, I'm longing to see your desires revealed in me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Give myself away so you can use me. Take my heart, take my life as a living sacrifice. All my dreams and all my plans, Lord, I place them in your hands. Give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Give myself away so you can use me. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Take my heart, take my life as a living sacrifice. Lord, all my dreams, take all my plans. Lord, I place them safe in your hands. I give myself away. myself to you so you can use me. Lord, use me. Lord, use me. I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more of you. Pour it out. I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more of you. Pour it out. I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more of you. Pour it out. Set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain and I can't control. 'Cause I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain and I can't control. 'Cause I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Yeah. There's no place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be than here in your love, here in your love. No place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be than here in your love, right here in your love. No place I'd rather be. There's no place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be than here in your love, right here in your love. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be than here in your love, right here in your love. So set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain and I can't control. So set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain and I can't control. I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more of you. I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more of you. Pour it out. Yes. I just want to be saturated in the presence of God and in His goodness and in His love. His love is like an ocean. It's overwhelming. And it just, the waves just crash on you. And it wipes away all the impurities and all the doubt and anything not of Him. He wants to wash it away. And that's what I want. I want anything that's not of God, a part of my life, to just be washed away. And my heart's cry and my passion is to show people the love of God and how big it is and how powerful it is, how pure it is, how true it is. He just saturates us in His love. and in his goodness and in his mercies, and it all endures forever. Nothing can take it down. He's so good, and he loves us with an unending, undeniable, true, passionate love. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. And the least I could do is give my life to him, to just give all that I have to him. He deserves my thoughts. He deserves my words. He deserves my worship. He deserves my time. He deserves more than what I could give him. So I do my best to give him all that I can. And every day I'm working to give him more and more, because he's bigger than anything you could ever imagine. He's bigger. There's always more of him. He's growing continuously. And my favorite verse in the Bible right now is Ephesians 4:10, and it says that he who ascended higher than all of the heavens and filled the entire universe with himself. And what I know about the universe is that it is continuously growing, but God already filled it with himself. He's already in it. He's already available to us. We just have to call on him and let him come in, invite him in. So God, right now, I just want to invite your presence and ask for you to just take this away, Lord God. It all belongs to you. I give it to you. This service, all of it, God, I give it to you. I just ask for your words to be said, for you to guide us tonight, and to open our ears and our hearts and our spirits, open our minds, open our eyes to see, hear, taste, to feel all of your goodness. For you to just be a part of this, to be all of this tonight, Lord God. I ask this in your precious name. Amen. But thank you so much for joining us tonight for our Sunday Night Live service. God is so good. He's given us, this is a crazy time that we're in, but God has given us an opportunity and he's using it. He's using it for good, for glory. And that's what we want. We want him to be glorified in every situation and every circumstance. So he's given us the opportunity to meet new people and give his word in a brand new way, to reach people that we never would have been able to reach before. He's that good that he can use something so big and turn it into so much good. So tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. Each and every one of us has been given the opportunity to reach out of our comfort zone, to step up, to step out and do something that we would have never been able to do before or never thought of doing before. And so tonight, somehow, we all decided that I was going to be interviewed tonight. And so our good friend, Danielle Brianne Goolsby.
Oh, wow. Thank you for saying my name right.
You're welcome. DPG is going to
DPG.
ask me some questions.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Yes, I am. I'm going to interview you, Hayley.
I know.
It's exciting.
I don't know what this is all going to entail.
Me either, but it's going to be fun because I get to know you. I'm going to ask you questions that I already know, but it's okay because other people need to know about you. You know?
I was going to say I'm more than ready, but I don't know how true that is.
Me either.
I'm ready. Okay.
We're ready here together. Mm-hmm. So we have a few questions that we put together. Well, I should say me. I put in this little bucket thing here. And we have, I don't know, a couple other people that chimed in. And wanted to ask you some questions that I think are pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess we could just get started. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
What do you
Because
have
if
for
you don't
me?
already know Hayley, oh my gosh, she's so like, she is. She's so great and stuff. And I already know. I've known her since. How long have we known each other? Okay, let's say I'm
20-ish years.
wow.
More than that.
Over 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
So we know each other. Like we've been a part of each other's lives for a long time.
We spent a lot of time together.
Yeah. And so we've seen each other grow over the years.
In the good and in the bad.
In the good and the bad. And it hasn't always been good, has it?
No.
It hasn't always been like this.
No.
Looking back,
Ugh.
probably, oh my gosh, I don't know, even, let's say, 17 years ago. Just picked a number.
That's so long ago.
But just say, like looking
17
back,
years
but
ago.
looking back then,
Yeah.
I would never say we'd be right here.
No.
Ever. Wow. Not just.
But we are, because God's good.
He is.
Yeah. Pastor preached on
Wow.
restoration,
Yeah.
and God's restored our friendship
Yeah.
on multiple levels.
That's so true. It's true.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about, our friendship and knowing each other. It's like we've been through some stuff. So
Yes,
not just to
ma'am.
say that we're here tonight, like right where we're at. It's to say like to where we're at in our walk with God.
Yeah.
And how far.
Right.
Isn't that cool? That's like
Yeah.
special to know that you have walked along a journey with somebody and to like see them grow and
Yeah.
and not just say, I've known you for a couple months, I'm proud of you, Hayley.
Right.
No, I've known you for a long time and I'm proud of you, Hayley.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
know. Thanks.
You're
But
welcome.
really, I mean that.
I do too.
So anyway, Hayley and I have known each other for a long time. And I already know this question, but where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah, where are you from?
Well,
Let these people know.
Well-
People who watch across the United States,
yeah.
they don't know where you're from.
Oh, comment where you're from.
Oh, okay.
That's a good idea.
That's a
You
good
should do
idea.
that. Tell me
Yeah.
where you're from.
Okay.
That's how I'll answer that. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I grew up in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. However, I was born in Springfield.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did you
Okay.
know that?
I think you just said that recently the other
Oh,
day.
you've recently learned that?
Yeah.
I was born in Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
That's just where I was born. I lived here, though.
Yeah, you were just born at the hospital in Springfield.
Right.
You didn't like hang out
No.
in the hospital.
Maybe for a
Just-
couple days.
Yeah. Did you? I did.
I had jaundice.
Me too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's something that's we share in common.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have any siblings?
I do. I have one sister. She's next to me. She's 2 years younger than me. Bethany used to be Bethany Gilmore
Yes.
because that's my last name. And now it's Bethany Ogden because she's married and she has a fresh baby.
She does.
And her name's Adeline. And I love
Aw.
her with my whole heart. I told her to watch today because I said I would talk about
She's
her.
probably smiling from ear to ear.
Probably. Yep. And so I'm having Adeline call me Hey for whenever she can talk. So yeah. And then I have a brother.
yes, you do.
Yep.
Mhm.
My brother-in-law is Daniel Ogden, if you didn't know that. And then my little brother, who is 8 years younger than me. That's a pretty big jump. But Joshua Gilmore, he's very talented. My whole
He is
family's
talented,
talented, musically
yes.
talented. They just can. That's all. They just can.
They just can. So can you.
Thank you.
See? It all comes together. The fam.
Yeah.
Really fast thinking, because me and Hayley, and then my sister Dara, and then Beth, her sister, us four always used to be together all the time.
And it was Danielle and Beth, and it was me and Dara.
Yeah.
I
all the
pointed to
time.
Dara because she's on camera over here.
Oh, yeah, I know. I
was
just
like-
happened to look over there, too.
Yeah.
But anyway. And we always used to, have these, dress up, and we would do a little, what was it? We would make dance moves.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
To NSYNC.
And other songs.
And Backstreet Boys, too.
Yes.
But I think we were NSYNC
Not
fans.
me.
You were Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that's
you
why
had
we
a
did
little clip
Backstreet
it.
Boys. Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. And those little things you say all the time. And then we'd want people to like watch us perform.
Yeah.
That was great.
Mostly our parents.
Yep. So see, we've known each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't really sing and sing
We
anymore.
don't dress up either.
No, I think we used to like wear ties. And,
Stop.
Okay. We're just trying to get. These are great memories.
These are
great memories. We're digging into the vault. As we're talking about stuff, I'm just starting to remember all the times.
Foil ball.
Yes. If you guys have never played foil ball, first of all, that's great.
That's a fun
It's
game.
a great time.
It's a good rainy day game.
Yes, when you're done with the foil on whatever it is, you just bunch it up and you hit it with your hand and you make bases. That's what we used to do
Yep.
in my house. We would make like, this is first
Because
base.
she had an empty living room, okay? You also
Yeah.
need an empty living room.
You do
with
need
no
it.
furniture.
Yeah, and no like,
Plants.
yeah, or glass or
Anything.
anything
It's
really.
not a
but-
good game to play inside.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then you make this first, second, third, and then at home. We played that all the time.
Yep.
And then just, I think it was like 2 years ago, I painted our house in that living room, and I moved something, and I found a foil ball back there from probably like, I was probably like 17, I said 17 earlier, but 17 years old. It was just back there.
Mm-hmm.
It just brought back memories of us playing.
It was fun.
It was.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
Let's see here. I had some written down. I just wanted to get the basics,
Okay.
the basic questions first.
This is for anybody who doesn't already know me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
What do you do for a living?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Currently, I've had many jobs, okay, but currently, I am almost finished with my second year as a paraprofessional at the Southern Ohio Learning Center, and I love it. I love my kiddos. We have a school of about 20 kids, and I need them, and they need me, and I'm their support, and they're my support, and I don't know, I love them, and I'm working to be a teacher. I'm in school to be an intervention specialist.
And you're going to do
I'm very busy.
it?
Yeah. So.
And if Wits needs you, just call you up
Oh
and
yeah.
come scoop some ice cream or custard for
Yeah.
you. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen custard.
Yep.
Wow.
Amen.
I mean, it takes a lot to do what you do, really. I mean,
With my
like, it takes a
kids?
special person to do that.
I would agree with you.
Yes.
Can I tell you one thing
Yes.
that if I know nothing about myself other than this would be it. I don't know if that made sense, but
You know this about yourself.
I know this about myself.
100%.
I have a lot of patience, and
Yes,
for
you do.
this job, it does take a lot of patience, and I think that God gave me that because He knew that I would need it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Because my kiddos deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
They do. So
They need
thank
it.
you, Jesus.
See, so you're qualified for that job.
Mm-hmm.
But-
I guess Jesus made me qualified.
And even in that, you have grown in other parts of your life because of that job.
That's true.
You really have.
Thank you.
Seriously, you're welcome. I can tell, can't
Thank you. Yeah, I can.
A lot. I mean,
I have more confidence, I think, in
Yeah.
myself.
I know, you do. And you're more like,
Assertive.
yeah.
Okay.
And like, you know, like, yeah, that's
Okay.
true though. Like, you're not gonna like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, not back down, but like, look.
Okay.
You know, more of like
This is the way it is.
leadership stuff,
Thank
I guess,
you.
right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It's true.
Danielle and I have this weird thing between us. We just understand each other.
We do.
So I'm sorry if you don't follow.
I know we're probably like, yeah, oh, okay, yeah. And they're like, what are they talking about?
Okay.
You understand what I mean? Okay. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay.
I think I want to pick something out of here.
Okay,
I'm going to go
wow.
ahead and pick something out.
Surprise
Do
question.
you want to pick it first?
No.
Okay. Let's see here. Who are your musical influences?
Oh, wow.
You can
Oh,
just-
wow. Okay. Musical
Yeah,
influences. Okay, well, first I'll say Paula Price.
Yep.
Paula Stefanovich Price. Okay. because I was on the praise team, and Paula came. I think this was like the first time I ever met her. She pulled me to the side of the stage. We're having a rehearsal. And she pulled me to the side of the stage, and she wanted me to sing to her. And I remember it was Jesus Messiah. And she was wanting me to ad-lib and stuff. And I was super scared because I just didn't sing a whole lot. And I don't know, I was probably in high school when this happened. But I sang, and I knew that I could sing, but it wasn't something that I did like a whole lot in front of people, especially not solos.
Or Paula.
Or Paula, because Paula's phenomenal, okay? I could tell you all the things that she's done. Not all of them, but some things. But anyway, she wanted me to sing, so I was like singing to her, and she looked at me, and she said, "Girl, you're a singer." That's what she said. And I was like, "Oh, I'm a singer." And I know that one time we had a service, and it was about labels, and there's positive labels and there's negative labels, and she gave me a label that day. She labeled me a singer, and I told myself after she said that to me, I was like, okay, I'm a singer, and so then I was.
Wow.
And that's just kind of where it started. So Paula really, just by saying I was a singer, just by speaking that.
She affirmed it.
Yeah. That was probably, that's definitely the one big push that I can put in time, like the moment in time that I can give, like, label that a time that I was influenced.
Yeah, that's
good.
Yeah,
I think about it all the time, because if it wasn't for that moment, I don't know where I would be. Wow. I don't know the kind of confidence I would have. I didn't have a whole lot, but she gave me some that day.
That's cool.
And so definitely Paula. And then I remember when I first met Annie McCrae Henning.
Oh, yeah.
When I first met her, it was at the church at Obet's. And she sang, "If It Had Not Been the Lord." And I said, I got to have that track. I want to sing it. And so I bought it from her that night. And that's how I learned that. That's when I learned that song. I didn't hardly know Annie, but I was like, I said she has mountain lungs. A girl can sing. Yeah, they strong. She can sing.
You got mountain lungs.
Yep, she can sing. So Annie McCrae's for sure one of them. And then one time I'd met Adam Crabb on several occasions before this, but we were at this church, and we were just looking at pictures of this not too long ago. But we were at this church, and I sang "The Cross" with him, I think. Was that one?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
And I think other things. I don't really remember, but what I do remember is that he spoke about me and to me in front of the church, and I just remember him telling me to pray for boldness, and because I needed it. Oh, yeah. And so I did. I prayed for boldness, and I got it. It took time. I prayed for it a lot. I remember moments and times where I would pray for it, and I just remember feeling it and speaking it to myself, like, I need this, because I was stepping up into a position, and I recognized the importance of it. Probably not as soon as what I should have, but I remember just diligently praying for boldness, and I got it.
That's cool. Yeah,
boldness and confidence, and I got it. So definitely the three of them. And probably one that I don't know personally, but Carrie Job.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, there's something about her voice, and I just really like her. And Kim Walker-Smith.
She just seems sweet, though,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So vocally, those two for sure have inspired me a lot. Yeah.
That's good. And that's cool, because Paula, Annie, and Adam, you were able to sing with
I know.
all of them.
Yep. many occasions.
And I know
I'm
that's one of the
blessed.
questions.
I'm a
but-
blessed lady.
So
Listen.
think about that. Because
Yeah.
they're like, I mean,
Yeah. That's a big deal.
that is a big deal.
And I took it for granted.
I
I didn't, when it was happening to me, I was like, oh, that's cool.
But looking back, they have like spoken to your life, and they were people that you looked up to, and now it's created you who you are. I mean,
Yeah.
really, all those people into your life speaking those little things and saying little things, and it's like, okay, I can do this a little bit more. I am a singer. I do have boldness. I do have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And just that, and then to spend one-on-one personal time with them, at a dinner table. Or I remember one time I was leaving April's house and Annie McRae was there, and she said, "Don't hit a deer," and then I hit a deer. But like just stuff like that. I don't know. For her to be there is like, don't be careful of the deer. And then
I know.
I hit a deer.
That's cool though. I mean,
you know?
it's not cool that you hit a deer.
Right.
So
It was
that.
fine. That
But
was
yeah,
fine.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. For
That's
those
cool.
just little tiny moments. And David and Lori Brainerd.
Yes.
Yeah. Lori, I mean, she's just, I don't know. I just love her with my whole heart. I do. I love her. She's so sweet. And then, I mean, just the opportunities that I've been presented because of these people and their influence.
That's so true.
Well.
Okay, Paula okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, David.
Yeah.
David, he helped me do this. The Realizing Redemption album.
There you go.
This was my first album.
Wow.
Yeah, well, my only one, really.
Yeah.
I mean, with my face on it.
Just like you, like
Yeah.
Hayley.
Yeah, so, I mean, he helped me do this. There actually aren't any more of these. Like, no more
Like
to
that.
sell. Yeah, that's it. This is mine.
Everybody's
You can't have
bottom.
it. I mean, but anyway, yeah. So, I had the opportunity because I know him to have this. And then we did this one in the same week. We recorded both these CDs in 1 week. This one's got the Spirit of Truth worship team on it. Different solos and different songs, but we still do like all of these songs for the most part. Waiting Here for You. We don't do that one as often, but just to have the opportunity to do this because of the people God has placed in my life, and He'll do that. If He's got something for you to do, He'll make it happen, and He'll make a way. He's a way maker, so He'll make it happen, and He did. I mean, He introduced to me to. He placed me specifically in the paths of all of these people that has helped make me who I am today.
That's true.
And I'm thankful. Yeah.
Well, speaking of CDs, you plan on doing another CD soon?
Oh, I want to. We have the means.
Yeah.
We have the means.
It's going to happen.
So.
Just not sure of the date, but it is going to happen.
Right. It will happen.
It will.
And I feel like it's going to be sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
We just got to kick it up a notch.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Right, Tyler? He said amen.
And also, speaking of Paula, you had a great opportunity.
I didn't
recently.
forget about this.
But that's crazy, though, because if you wouldn't have met Paula, actually backtrack, if you wouldn't have came here, you wouldn't have met Paula, then you wouldn't have been able to, do Worth It.
Yep, the Worth It worship album, 2018.
Yeah.
2-ish years ago. Little less than 2 years ago. But yeah, Paula Stavanovich Price had asked me a couple years ago to come and be a part. She wanted to put together a all worship album. And she pulled singers from all over the country together to this conference, and we recorded a live album. And the people that I met through that, and the opportunities that I have been given through that, it just astounds me. I'm so thankful. I feel like I'm trying to make up for thankfulness that I should have felt before, but I'm so overwhelmed and thankful. This happened 2 years ago, and I still can't wrap my head around how big
It was extraordinary. And Annie was there.
Annie sang on the album. Of course, Paula sang on the album. Jason
Sandra,
Claiborne,
yep.
who writes for Hezekiah Walker, or did. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I mean, I'm sure he still does.
I'm not sure. He did.
There's a song he just cut not too long ago called "Better." I mean, it's a big song. I mean, yeah, I had that opportunity to sing with him. Sandra O'Nall, where's she sing at? Charles Stanley's church.
She's so sweet.
Yes, she's wonderful. Wonderful lady. You should look her up.
Yes.
She's on TV and stuff. She's wonderful.
She is. She's great.
But yeah, I got to sing with her. Who else?
There's so many
I did. I
people.
sang Through the Fire with her a couple times.
Yeah, you did. It was good too.
Thank you. Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of people.
In the song that you sang, Paula wrote that with Steve Marshall.
Oh yeah, okay.
which-
Yeah, you're such
I
a
know,
good.
it's
You're
just-
so good at this.
You know, it's just we're segueing right into the next thing, and it's just Jesus is making it easy.
Yeah.
That's just how he does.
Yeah, yeah. He just makes the way, don't he?
Yeah. See.
So yeah, I sang "It Ain't Over Yet," and so far, the last time I checked, I think it had like 280,000 views.
Oh, yeah, it's up there.
Is it more than that?
I don't know. It could
Something
be.
like that, like 280,000 views.
Yeah.
And it went fast. I mean, she posted that months later. Yeah.
And it is like, I mean, it's the most like viewed song of that.
Well, it's a message.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a message that God wanted to get out to his people, that it ain't over yet. Whatever's happening, no matter how bad it looks, it's not over yet. That
Yes,
God's
amen.
got a reason, or he's going to create a reason for this, and that you're going to come out on top. You're going to be victorious no matter what, because Christ is victorious, and it's not over until God says that it's over. So
good.
she and Steve Marshall wrote this song, and I got to sing it, and
He did an amazing
just-
job.
stop.
He did.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I got to, and then she actually, the next conference, named the song "It Ain't Over Yet" because of how powerful that the words of that song reached people and how powerful they were. So she, named the conference that. It's a beautiful song. And then I met Steve Marshall, who is
helped write.
who helped write that. He's
Yeah.
a songwriter, beautiful piano player. I love that man, and he's been helping me work on some tunes of
Writing
my
some
own
stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haley writes her own songs.
I do.
Yeah, she does.
A little bit.
And they're good. But
Yeah.
you're working with Steve Marshall, and he's helping you tweak it and get it just right. And
Yeah.
it's exciting.
I mean,
so there's stuff
the
being
stuff.
Done.
The opportunities,
Yep.
man. The opportunities.
So
Right, Tyler?
good. I'm waiting for like a da-da-da-da or
Tyler
something.
Tyler's a musical influence
Oh.
in my life.
Yeah.
Tyler Massey, you are. He's a musical influence.
He's pushed
on
you
my
out of your
life.
box.
More than
Yes, you have.
probably anybody. Really.
Really.
I mean,
That's a
I've known
comfort
him.
zone.
How long have I known you, Tyler? About 4 years, he says. And from the start, he would tell me, you need to step out of your box. You need to do more. You need to ad-lib. You need to flow. Different things, all
try
kinds
this,
of stuff.
try this,
Yeah,
try it like this.
Do
You
it
should
like
do that.
this, or yeah.
do this song.
I
or-
mean, the man's pushed me a lot, and I give a lot of my growth credit to Tyler, because
it's true.
I mean, the way he plays, the man
Can play.
can play a piano.
I think it's safe to say that you pushed him out of his box too.
You think I pushed you
Mr.
out of your
Massey.
box? Really? He said yes. He said absolutely.
Yeah. You
Wow. Okay.
have. You work together and you flow and yeah,
Yeah. Tyler and I work well together. I believe that God placed
100%.
us in each other's lives for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we flow together. For sure.
I can tell.
Good
I
job.
know. Yep. Very talented. Okay.
So anyway.
So anyway, there's gonna be exciting things coming.
Yep.
They don't
I only
know
pulled
when.
one
Exactly.
question out of that.
I only pulled one.
Wow.
I know, it's okay.
Okay.
There's probably some questions in here that are gonna be like, what we just talked about, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's your turn. It's your
Oh,
turn.
I
You
have
go
to
ahead.
pull one out? Do I gotta read it, or are you gonna read it?
It's
I'm
up to you.
scared.
Can you read it?
Well,
I'm not sure.
why is SOT the best church in the world? Well, I feel like Spirit of
We
Truth.
voted.
Well, yeah, we did vote.
And
We
it's
were
the-
we were all here,
Yeah.
and
And if you're not in the we, then we forgot to tell you, because
you can vote absentee.
yeah, that's what it was. It was absentee vote. Because we did vote. There was a vote.
Right.
And it's
I think
enough to
Tom
say-
took the vote. You know,
it's
he
enough
said,
to say that it's the best church in the world.
yeah,
In Ohio, but also
in the world.
the United States and the world.
Well, Spirit of Truth is an amazing church
Yes.
because we are known for love, and I like to think, and I like to believe that those people that come here, I know from experience, that it is love, and that we do our best to show the love of God, to show grace. We're taught that.
Yep.
And what flows from the head,
That's true.
how's it go? What flows from the head
Goes to the
flows
body.
down to the body.
Flows down.
To the
Flows
body.
down,
So we're taught that. We're taught to love, and we're taught to show grace, and so we're huggers. But
was
the
just laughing.
social distancing
I was
things
just laughing because of this.
Yeah, it's
Because
got
we're
us.
huggers, and then, so it's been
got
kind
us.
of,
It's been rough. I'm addicted to hugging. But anyway, so Spirit of Truth isn't afraid to when they see potential, the leaders in our church, when they see potential, they pursue it.
yes.
And
I agree.
they help you pursue it. So I know that if you're somebody that's looking for a way to serve God, Spirit of Truth and its leaders will give you that opportunity. Sometimes you have to start small. Sometimes it is all about starting off by sweeping off the steps. Or
That's true.
the other day we were in here and our pastor was changing light bulbs. I mean, you can't be afraid to start small. So many people want to jump into ministry and automatically stand behind the pulpit. Well, it doesn't work like that. It didn't work
Servant.
like that for me. It didn't work like that for you. It's about starting small. It's about changing the trash. It's about changing the light bulbs. It's about sweeping the floors and making sure the bills are paid.
Yep. And doing it humbly.
And doing it humbly. Doing it because you want to serve God.
Yep.
But when you want to do something for God, and you do come to this church, Spirit of Truth isn't afraid to give you something to do if you ask to do something for God there, or if they just see it in you. Hey, we need somebody to run camera. We think that you would be a good fit. Let's try it out. And then gosh, I have so much that I want to say.
Hey, it's fine. I understand. I'm going right there with you.
And
Because
because
it's true.
let me just say, I'm just gonna say it.
Just go ahead.
Okay, I'm not gonna wait on. I know this question's
no,
in there.
I was thinking, you know what? We're just
just
doing
gonna-
just good what we have going. If we want to pull something out of there, we can. But
Okay.
because I have some stuff we can talk about right here, right in my
Okay.
head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you.
So yeah. Because when I started out, I didn't start out with solos. I was just in the congregation, and April knew I could carry a tune. So she said, "Hey, stand on the praise team. Be on the praise team." Huh?
Literally, hey.
Yeah, that's my name.
Yep.
So she said, "Hey, why don't you try singing on the praise team? Just come to a practice." I think this is how it worked because I blacked a lot of my life out, but purposefully, I think. But she's like, "Hey, come sing on the praise team." So I did, and I stood right there in the back row. I didn't sing any solos. I just sang back up. I could harmonize, kinda. So I did. That's what I did for a long time. And I just come to practices, And sometimes, every once in a while, I didn't even come up here because I didn't want to. I mean, we'll talk about that later maybe, but it's another story. But yeah, I stood on the back, and I don't remember if Julie or Angie was praise leader at that time. I don't remember.
Not sure.
Nope, I'm completely wrong. I don't even remember.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. But I started small, and then one day they were like, "Hey, here's a solo. Do you want to try and sing a solo?" And I was kind of like, and they're like, "It's one verse. Sing one verse." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So I did one verse. And I remember doing it, and as soon as I got done singing the verse, I jumped right back down to harmony. And I'm like, I'm not singing lead for the rest of it. I'm just going to sing the verse, and I'm done. So and I just sang the harmony. Yeah, it was Amazing Love. It was the song.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, never mind. It's a whole other thing, too. But so when you're given the opportunity, because I didn't see myself being on a praise team. I always knew I wanted to sing from the very beginning, from probably the day I was born, because my mama she'd be home with us kids, me and my sister, because my brother wasn't born yet, and we had a fireplace, and she'd make us stand in front of the fireplace, in front of the couch, and she would tell us to perform.
No way.
Yeah. So, yep. She'd clap her hands, and she'd say, "Perform." And so we did. That's how we started.
That's why you made me and Dare perform when we were
perhaps.
little. Okay.
It's just in my blood, you know. This is what you do when you're home. You perform.
Together. Yep.
So we would just stand up there and we'd sing, and I'd put my little hands behind my back and I would sing to my mama, and that's how I started. So ever since then, I remember I would see my name on billboards, and it was written just like it is on my CD. So when April come out with the design of the CD, I was flabbergasted, because that's exactly how I saw my name in my head. I don't know, just written like that.
That's crazy.
It was weird. So I always knew that I would be a singer, but I didn't know that I would be a worship leader. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It never crossed my mind, even when I would come to church. Yeah, I like to sing and I'll be on the praise team, but I don't know, I just didn't see myself where I am today. So what my point is, that our pastors saw the potential in me, and placed me in the position to climb to where I am today. So even if you don't see yourself doing it, if your pastor presents to you an opportunity to serve the Lord, do it.
That's good.
If you trust your pastor, and if you're in that church and you're letting him speak life to you, you should trust your pastor. Don't sit under a ministry that you don't trust. But I trust my pastor, and he put me in that position. And if you are given that opportunity, if your pastor presents that to you, you should trust him to take it, to say yes. Because there was one time, I remember sitting in church, and Sister Kathy looks at me in church, and I think I was over here, and I was sitting by my mama, and she says, "Hayley, will you come up here and sing the song?" And I told her no. I said, "Nope." Sitting out there, because that's just how I was. And I got home, and I got in so much trouble because I said no. My mom, she said, "Don't you ever tell her no ever again." So I didn't. I've never told her no again that I can recall. If I have, I'm sorry. But that I can recall, I've not ever told her no. If they ask me to do something, I don't say, "I'll pray about it."
You say yes.
I don't say, because they're my leaders. Yes. I have given them that position in my life. They're my leaders. So if they ask me to do something, I do it.
They hear from God.
Yeah, because I trust that they hear from God. I think that's I think I'm good.
No, that's true though, because it is like pulling. Okay. It is though like pulling it out of you, because I'll just take myself for example, because I mean I go to Spirit of Truth too. Because I run the soundboard, and I know like Pastor Don has asked me to do like a decree and declare like for New Year's Eve, or to talk on New Year's Eve, and they've asked me to do a bodybuilding. And so many times, every time actually, I was like, that's not what I do. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't do that. Even to be up here right now. But April, too, like you too, pushes. Like, come on, no, you can do it, you can do it. And we're like, like, I'm scared, I don't know. You know, it's like all of us here, like, it's pushing us out of our box, because, and that's just like what God does. And I mean, God puts them and people in our lives like that, because I don't see the potential that I have in myself, I guess. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you didn't see yourself as a praise team leader, a worship leader, but that's what you are. That's who you are. That's what you're supposed to do. And so we need those people in our lives to push us and to get us to where we're supposed to be and do those things and to serve. Because like you said, to be back there, and you were probably, you're probably nervous, but you're probably
Every
happy
time.
as pie. You weren't like, I wish I was in the front singing.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You know?
Mhm.
I mean, really.
I still don't think that.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
That's humble. That's humbleness, though. And that's something that I think we all need to learn.
Yeah.
Is to be humble, and it's not about us. Like we
never.
say all the time, it's not about us. It's about serving God and getting the good news out there. And if we ever think, well, I want to be in front, or I want to do this, then we're missing the point, because it's about Jesus.
It's about Jesus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you do every Sunday morning and Thursday. So there's 3 different locations typically.
Yeah.
Right?
So we got our Sunday morning worship here in Washington Courthouse. We have our Sunday night worship, which I just feel like that setting is so different.
Yeah.
And I feel like that setting in itself, just the people involved, because I have 3 different teams. You know, the people involved in that team has brought different things out of me. Each location brings different
That's
things out
true.
of me, because it's almost like I play a different role, a different position.
That's true.
At each location.
Because there's more people. It's not just the praise team here. You have this location and another location. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, we have a select few that travel to all 3, but not everybody. And then our Thursday night in Gahanna. Gahanna, right?
Gahanna, yeah.
Okay.
We haven't been there for a month.
I know.
So it's been.
We miss it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm in 3. There was something else I was going to say.
Something about being pushed out of your box. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you want me to draw a question out of there?
Okay.
Okay. We will. Let's draw a question. Oh, okay. What are some of your strengths and weaknesses?
Oh,
you
why'd
could just
put
give
that in
one.
there?
Or you could just do one of each if you want. Well, you've already said what one of your strengths was, and it was patience.
I do have patience in most situations.
Yeah.
There's probably some
you do have
that
most.
I don't. Oh, I know what I was gonna say.
Okay, go
Earlier,
ahead.
I was gonna say that to this day. I mean, I've been singing on the praise team for, I don't know.
Yeah, how long?
I was actually, I think I was a sophomore in high school.
So
I've been out of school 10 years. So like 12 years.
Wow.
I've been on the praise team. Wow. That's a long time.
That's crazy.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, really fast. That. Okay, so the first time you ever had to sing in front of a crowd or anybody, how was that?
Well, I was scared.
Where were you?
I was so.
Did Did April have you sing in front of?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So we had a youth group that April led. That's another story that she's happy to tell. But we had a youth group it's now Rooted. It's turned into Rooted, which is wonderful.
It is.
You should come when we're allowed.
Every other Saturday.
We don't know when that is, though, do
when
we?
the Saturday.
Anyway.
Stay tuned.
Yep, stay tuned. But yeah. April asked me if I would sing. And I think it was that Bumblebee song. Like, well, he picked up dust.
Okay,
Standing
yeah.
through it for.
Annie McRae song.
Nope.
It's not an Annie McRae song?
I think Annie's the one that calls it the Bumblebee song, though.
Oh, she is the one that calls it the Bumblebee.
But anyway.
What is that song?
He laid his hand on me.
Yep.
Our good friend Dara back there told me from the camera.
Nice.
Yep, thanks,
Nice.
Dara. Anyway, I think that was the song that I sang. But I was so scared. And there was probably only like 6 people here. Like it wasn't a bunch of people. But she asked me if I would sing that song, and that's when the soundboard was like back behind that wall. And April had to go back there and start playing it. And I got so nervous. And I stood in the back because
Don't look at me.
Huh?
Don't look at me. I'm back here in the back.
Well, I stood in the back because I was too afraid. So I stood back there like drinking water, and my heart, I just remember my heart just racing. I was so scared. And yep, I don't remember how well I did. I was probably part of what I blacked out.
I don't remember that.
But I was so scared. I got through it, but that was the first time I remember singing.
Think about all those times, though, like the stories that people have of you when you'd like get in the fetal position and.
Oh.
Think about that, though.
Yeah,
You don't do
I
that
used
anymore?
to do that.
That's
I don't.
good.
I would get so to this day. What I was gonna say earlier. To this day, I mean, I still get so nervous
I was thinking
before
about that.
every single service. My stomach
It's true. She
just
does.
flips and flips and flips. I just get this just nervous tummy, and I mean, it's sometimes unbearable. Like I
This is true.
I
This
get
is
so
true.
nervous. But as soon as this mic hits my hand and I start talking or singing or whatever I'm doing, it goes away. Like it's like this is where I'm supposed to be. But beforehand, and Pastor Don always says it's a good thing. It means you care.
That's true.
That's what he always tells me. But it's never gone away. It's always the same amount of nervousness, but I think I handle it better now.
You do.
Because before I didn't handle it well, and I would end up in the fetal position on the floor, crying because I was so nervous all the time.
You don't do that anymore.
I don't.
You literally say,
It's been
I'm
a few
so
years.
nervous. And then you just walk out there and it's like, Hayley, you're not nervous.
Well, I'm not nervous once I start.
know.
Unless I mess up. If I mess up, then it comes back.
And then it goes away.
And then it goes away again.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning, but I'm learning how to fix it. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's what I was going to say. To this day, I still get nervous every single time it's time to sing or talk. I don't talk
Or
well.
do anything. And
This is out of our comfort zone.
yeah. It really, I mean, especially out of mine. Especially out of my comfort zone. I'm supposed to be back there on the soundboard.
No, you're not.
So you're used to holding a mic, and being
Now
in front
I
of
am.
people, and I'm just like, not. But it's okay.
That's good.
Because you're my
though.
friend.
Yeah, you're my
So
friend.
we're just talking.
Okay. We got
Your strengths
my
and weaknesses.
strengths. So being a praise and worship leader is hard. I'm just going to say that. It's not always the easiest thing to do. Because whenever you are in charge of any group of people, it's hard and challenging, and makes you do things or say things you would have done before. Because I avoid any and all confrontation.
This is true also.
I'm a peacekeeper. Like, keep the peace. I don't care how mad I am. Push it down.
This is so
Just
true.
push it down.
It
doesn't.
is.
It's not going to matter in 5 years, I guess.
I wish I could be more like that.
I don't like to make people mad, and I don't want people to be mad at me. And I feel like can be both a strength and a weakness. because sometimes you need confrontation to make it better. And not all confrontation can be bad, but some people like to make it bad. It just depends on the people involved, really, and how they handle it. But yeah, I think that because that's something as a worship leader, you have to sometimes tell people that especially if you're trying to stand for righteousness, if you have to tell somebody that what they're doing is not righteous, or because as a leader, as a leader who is leading leaders, you have to make sure that the people that you're leading who are leaders are leading people to righteousness.
Yes.
So to make sure that happens, sometimes there's confrontation, things that most people don't see. So that can be rough sometimes. I've not really had huge incidents or anything, but because I'm a peacekeeper,
you are.
It makes it hard on me. But we have the best church in the world.
Yes, we do.
That is so supportive in any kind of those situations. And I don't know.
That makes you go, I think you really do live by one of your favorite scriptures, pursue peace.
Oh, seek peace and pursue it. Pursue your peace. That is,
pursue it.
That's my motto.
I know.
Pursue peace.
I try to think, but you really, a lot of the times you live it out.
Thank
Because of being a peacemaker, and when it's hard to not say anything or to,
I feel like it's harder for me to say than harder for me to not say.
Yeah.
Because I can keep quiet.
Yeah.
I can.
I'm laughing because this is true. Too.
I don't have to say anything.
Yeah. This is true.
But once you tell me I have to say something, that's when I get uncomfortable.
I'm serious, though. Like, Hayley is, for real, a peacemaker.
Aww.
Seriously. Like, one of the most, genuinely does not like to hurt people's feelings. She's one of the sweetest people I've ever met. And I'm serious. Like, she's just like, and what she says to you is always so sweet. I've never heard her. It's if I have, it's been a long time ago. Yeah, so it's before we found the Lord again.
No, you're right. You're probably right.
But to be angry or have even a tone or being upset or mad, and if you are upset, it's not it's just she's peaceful about it. What?
Not always.
No, but I'm just saying for the most part. I know that we're not perfect, but
let's get April out here.
That's a great quality that you have.
Thank you.
It's true.
Aww, I try.
If you don't know Hayley, this is who she is. This is who Hayley is on and off stage. Aww. It's true. I'm around her a lot, so I know for sure this is how she is. She's not just saying that. This is true, and I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. It's true, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Thanks. Back up.
Give him a mic.
Yeah, where's your mic? Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. I was going to say something and now I forget.
I might have too.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Do you want to pick another question?
Is it my turn?
Not sure.
Let's see. What is something people wouldn't know about you?
Oh, this is good. Okay.
Should we talk about all the things that I don't like?
Okay, yeah.
I
go
hate
for it.
ketchup. I hate it. Except...
Well, she hates it until you mix it with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
That's a nice little combination.
Yes, it is. BK.
What else do you hate?
What they were saying earlier is that I hate everything. Anything that I don't like, there's a but.
Yeah, I like it unless I mix it with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Or
I don't like it.
Or I
unless
don't like it
mix
unless
with
I do
mayonnaise.
this. Yeah. Yeah. But what's something you don't like?
Caramel.
But is there a
But I'll have a.
See,
I'll-
something.
What's
I
that
hate
called?
it until I have a
caramel.
caramel.
Something from Starbucks got
A
caramel.
dolce.
Caramel ribbon crunch.
Oh, caramel ribbon
There's
crunch.
Vera back there giving us
Wow, look at
some
that.
cues. Caramel
Okay.
ribbon crunch. Frappuccino from Starbucks. I'll have that. I like that. But no, I don't like caramel in my candy bars. I gave her a caramel candy bar today because I don't want it. I bought it on accident. Thought it was a dark chocolate. I don't like milk chocolate either.
Dark chocolate's better.
But I'll eat a Hershey Kiss.
See? Now,
Yeah.
is there anything you do, zero, don't touch that. Like cottage cheese, no butts.
I like cottage cheese with
Me too.
pineapple.
Okay.
I don't eat it plain.
Spinach.
I like spinach.
Here's a question that we have from somebody. Chick-fil-A or Cane's?
No.
Neither.
No. Mm-mm.
It
If I eat
matters.
it, if I'm with somebody who goes, I won't complain because, you know,
You'd probably be quiet.
I would be so quiet.
That means she doesn't
I would
wanna
not
go.
be happy about it. Barbecue sauce.
I was going to say barbecue, little
Any
joint.
barbecue restaurant, no thank you. I don't dip anything in barbecue
I'll
sauce.
find something here if I have to.
If I have to, I'll do something. I mean, can you make me a peanut butter and jelly? Like,
I'm sure
if
you
I
got
have
some
to,
bread back there.
I'll do something. Get me a little salad or an appetizer or something. But I would never say, oh, I want to go to Cane's. Nope, you will never hear me say that.
Now, see why? It's fried chicken.
It just-
Lee's or KFC chicken?
I mean,
No.
I'll eat it,
But it's not your favorite.
but I will never say, take me there.
Burger King or McDonald's?
Burger King, which is weird because I worked there
I
for
know,
like
but
9
maybe that's
years
the
or
reason.
something. I don't know.
You've
maybe.
grown to like it.
I think it probably depends because I like McDonald's fish sandwich.
Fish
fillet.
Fish fillet. I thought it was fish fillet.
Fish. I don't know.
Fish something.
Fish.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Now, this isn't food,
Okay.
but this is another question that matters. Disney World or Disneyland?
Where'd we go?
We went to Disney World.
I've never been
Disney
to
World.
Disneyland then.
Disney World is in Florida.
Right. I've never been to Disneyland.
Me either.
So I don't know.
But I also feel like Disney World is better. I've heard that. Even though I've never been.
Couldn't tell you. I
Me
like
either.
Disney though.
There's a lot of good stuff though in Florida.
Pocahontas is my favorite.
What? Pocahontas? You can sing like her. That's something you don't know about her. That's great. This is great. Not to say that you're gonna have to do this,
I'm not.
but she can do the voices of princesses, and not only princesses, princes from Disney movies. Amazing. Sounds just like them. I mean, for real. Like,
I send her recordings.
oh my gosh, it's great. I love it.
Sometimes.
Huh? You want to do it?
No.
So-
No.
I'm getting word.
I'm not. No, I'm not doing it
It's
for
a
you.
talent though that
But I can. That's true. I
deep.
can.
A deep.
Have you heard me do that, Ty? Sing like a Disney man.
I mean, like Disney man.
Disney prince. Oh, good. Okay.
Deep voice.
I have a
Sounds
large
just
range.
Like them. I know. It's oh my gosh.
Anyway.
I love it. Okay. Well, that's a fact though. That's something that people don't know about you.
Yeah.
You know? Anybody asking
Nope.
any questions?
You know, if you're watching and if you want to, I've got you pulled
We
up
already done
here.
that one.
So if you want to ask a question, you can. I'm not going to promise you I'll get to it,
Okay.
but you can.
That's a good.
Huh?
That's a good thing to see
Yeah.
people, ask me questions.
Lots of things popping up. I might miss
All
it.
right. If I got in your car right now,
Oh, what would it smell like?
actually, I'll tell you what it smells like. It always smells like a fresh load of laundry.
Thank you.
Every time. Every time. It doesn't matter. And she's like, I'm like, it smells so good here. She's like, it does?
It could be a
I'm like,
pigsty.
yes.
And it smells like
It smells
that.
like laundry every time. Same with the clothes. If you scratch, it's a scratch and sniff. You scratch it and it smells like detergent. Every time.
Thank
That's
you.
a compliment. You're
Thank
very,
you.
You smell very good.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Anyway, if I got in your car right now, what would be on the radio?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope. I don't listen to music when I drive.
What?
I don't listen to anything when I drive.
You don't either? What?
I like it quiet.
Wow. Ever?
Nope.
Okay.
In my CD thing, I have like preachers,
Okay.
but
Interesting.
yep, I don't have the radio on.
Not what's that one band we listen to? You know, it's a CD you have, or no, it's on your phone. We sing it all the time.
I don't
That
know.
band, it's an older band, a Christian band.
Stellar Cart.
Yep.
Every once in a while,
Throw on some Stellar Cart.
throw on some Stellar Cart. But I mean, it's not never, but most of the time when I'm
like it
driving,
quiet.
I don't care how long I'm in my car. I usually don't listen to anything.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't turn on the radio.
I usually do. Just because, especially long trips or driving to Gahanna, it's like,
See,
Well-
that's not a long trip to me though. Like it just,
really? An hour.
it's just good.
Well, you're
Well,
having time with Jesus.
my mind, it's happy there, and I spend a lot of time there.
That's
in
good.
my mind.
She
So
likes herself.
I'm occupied, I guess.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Will somebody say something?
Tyler, what are you doing back there? Tyler,
Okay, what's his question? What's your question? Let's see.
how would you describe worship and its impact in your life?
That's a good question.
Worship is an intimate time with God. Worship brings peace. Worship brings joy. Worship brings the presence of God. So when I find my mind in chaos or turmoil or whatever, if I can just stop and tell God that He's good no matter what is going on, sometimes I physically stop and I just close my eyes and I tell God, I tell Jesus, you're good. You're bigger than this. And there's times where the problem is so big and the struggle is so real that I don't see a way out. I mean, we're all human.
We are,
And I
we
think,
are.
there's no way that there could be a resolution to this. And sometimes when I'm saying it, God, you're going to be victorious in this. God, you're going to be waymaker in this. God, I'm going to overcome this. Sometimes I don't believe it, but I say it anyway.
Yes.
And worship to me, I find it difficult to use words when I'm praying. I find it difficult to have a conversation sometimes, because sometimes humans don't have words for it. But I can do it in song. If it's just a hum or just a melody that I make up, or, sometimes I can just sing the word hallelujah. And that's worship. God hears your heart. God hears the cry of your heart. And worship to me is just declaring victory, even when you don't see it, even when you don't believe it, but to say it anyway because your heart knows it's true.
Yes,
Because
amen.
truth trumps fact.
Truth
No matter
trumps
what
fact.
Paula Price
All right.
says that, and we repeat it all the time. Truth trumps fact. Jesus is truth. No matter what the facts say, Jesus' truth is what will prevail. And so I know the truth, even though the facts are telling me to not believe it.
Yeah.
So to just say it anyway, to sing anyway, to glorify God anyway, that to me is worship. So I sing, and when I'm singing, this is what I was getting to, background. When I sing, when I worship, I'm praying. So when you see me up here, because I don't pick just any song. I pick something that I'm feeling, because if you don't feel a song in worship, is it worship? If you're just singing the words, singing the tune, not giving it any emotion, that's not going to do anything most of the time.
Yeah.
But because sometimes you can just be singing it and it can just hit you too. But that's another thing. But when I pick songs, I pick something I'm going through. I pick something that I need to hear, because if I sing it with that emotion, I'm leading people into worship. So I've got to be in worship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it does make sense.
And then other times, I'll have a whole set planned out or whatever. And I don't know how I got talking about this, but I'll have a whole set planned out, and then I'll get up on stage and Jesus is like, nope, you ain't singing that. And it changes. Or like I'll just start singing a completely different song. Like when I got Tyler on keys or whatever, I'll just start singing something totally different than what I had planned. It'll just come out. And then sometimes it takes me by surprise. And I remember specifically some situations where this has happened, that I be singing a song and I'll just start singing another song completely randomly, and I didn't even know it was happening until after I was already singing it. Weird.
Because it was meant to be.
Yeah.
It was like
God just does it. Sometimes you have a song that somebody else needs it to hear, and God will give it to you.
Yep.
I don't know how I got on that, but
I don't know. His question.
Yeah.
That's so important though, because it's not just about singing the lyrics. It's not just about, how you feel. Like even I have a shirt that says truth trumps feelings. Truth trumps feelings. And
that's good.
Yeah, because it doesn't. There's been so many times, and like you said, we're human. So there's been so many times where I've worshiped through it, even if I didn't see a way out, and I am like, there's no, like, if just through my human eyes, I can't see how this scenario that looks so bad, how that could possibly change or turn for the good. But you worship through it. And there's been so many times where, just telling myself, just raise your hand anyway. Just do it anyway. And after I did, you're feel,
so glad.
Yes, because in that moment, you're being free. It's freedom.
Yeah.
Really. Instead of, and that's what you're doing for people, is you're allowing them to be free, and it's not just in the congregation, it's wherever this message goes, wherever this video goes. So it could be in another state, it could be wherever, but for people to be free and allow themselves to feel Jesus through the song. And that's why I think that song, It Ain't Over Yet, it wasn't, yes, it was the song, but it was also you singing it and having that, you felt it. It ain't over yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't just like, this is a good song, I want to sing it. You felt like you could feel the emotion out of that, and people can connect with you, and they know, like, wow, like it ain't, like, it's like almost like you're telling me it ain't over yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep going on. And I've heard so many things, like, and I know you have too, but people saying that song has touched me, and I don't know. It's just,
I still get messages from people just telling me how much of an encouragement that song is. And all I did was sing it. I mean, God's the one that did it. All I did, he just used me to sing it. And but it is such an encouragement to know that God used me to be an encouragement to those that needed to hear that song. And when I sang that song, I didn't know that I needed it until after the conference. And then I needed it. So God knew that I would need that song. But I want to say, with this whole worship thing, you don't have to be in church to lift your hands. You don't have to be in church to sing a song.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in church to have your praise and worship time. You can lift your hands and worship in your car. If you're driving, only use one. You can lift your hands in your living
But
room.
don't shut your eyes.
In your bedroom, in your kitchen. You can declare victory in the middle of your
Amen.
living room. You can shout hallelujah from your front porch if you want to. You don't have to worship just in church. Praise and worship is not a Sunday morning thing. Praise and worship is a lifestyle that you must
Yes.
walk in daily, whether it's just inside your head or at the top of your lungs. Praise and worship is a lifestyle. Praise and worship is glorifying God and honoring him just for being him, just for being good. Worship is where God lives in the praises of his people. So worship is where you find yourself in the presence of God. If you want to be in the presence of God, worship him, praise him. Because in worship and in the presence of God, you can't get a miracle without the presence of God. You can't be delivered. You can't be healed unless you are in the presence of God. But once you are, brand new things happen. I mean, things that you couldn't even imagine. I mean, I've seen things, I've heard things. You could never tell me my God isn't real.
Amen.
Because of the things I've seen, because of the things I've heard, because of the things I've felt. You can never tell me he's not real.
Amen.
Because I've seen and I've heard and I've felt too much for anybody to change my mind. He has such a stronghold on me.
Yes.
And it is my heart's cry for you to let God have such a stronghold on you that there is no way you could ever let go, because he's too big.
Yes.
And he's too mighty. And the more you get to know him, the more of a realization that is. And so it is my heart's cry for you to go deeper and just find out for yourself, because you will never know how big he is until you go deeper and find out for yourself.
So good.
But that's my heart's cry, to show people and to lead people into that stronghold to where there's no way you could let go. And I mean, I know people that have seen and have heard and have felt the mighty work of God, the love of God, and have walked away. But I know that they know who he is and how big he is. And there's no way that you could just not think about it, that you could just not miss it, that peace and that joy. So if that's you today, if you've walked away, I encourage you, his arms are open wide, and it will welcome you back with open arms, happy as pie, smiling. The angels will rejoice over you coming home. Come home. Come home. He's waiting on you. Anyway.
That's so good.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Okay.
That's good. And I was also thinking about, I think there's a question in there. It was, you answered it though, about having a lifestyle and how important that is.
Yes, it is.
Of worship. But it also isn't just, like I said, on Sunday mornings or Thursdays or whatever. It's a daily thing.
Yeah.
A daily thing. And you, like Angela said, you are an inspiration to everyone who meets you. I mean, how many people look up to you? How many young girls look up to you? Gabby. You're teaching her? I know. Gab. We love Gab. I mean, she looks up to you, and you're teaching her your vocal lessons, and I mean, yeah, because of your lifestyle and how you are, and people trust you, and they know that they can come to you, and you'd pray for them. And let me tell you, side note, really fast. I know I keep talking about Hayley and stuff, but I just am so proud of her. And this girl, the other day, I got something in the mail. My dad's like, "Who's yellow?" And I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "It's from Hayley." I'm like, "Oh, that's me." And she calls me Yellow.
Did I put yellow on yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I know. He's like, "Who's yellow?" I'm like, "That's me." And I open it, and it's a nice little note from Hayley. This little encouraging note. It was sweet, though, that you took the time out to send a note. Like, I'm just saying, though, who does that? To write a note, a handwritten note. Aww. She does. To take the time. That's great. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that she's not just words, it's the truth. So you can trust what she says, and you are inspiring to a lot of people.
Thanks.
It's true.
Thanks.
And I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Robert says, who's your favorite Bible character and why?
Currently, because it changes, probably Esther. Because that phrase, I've been hearing it and seeing it everywhere for probably about 5 or 6 months.
Wow.
For such a time as this. And especially in the season that we're in right now, I feel like God has prepared us as a people for such a time as this. Those of you that are doing more, that are reaching further, that are walking into unknown territory right now to get the gospel out and to just do more and make sure that the word of God is heard. You have been prepared for such a time as this. And for me, I believe that everything that I've been led through, I've had to do and go through for such a time as this. More so today than yesterday, probably more so tomorrow than today. God is just, he's doing a new thing, not only in me, but in our church, but in the community, in the church as a whole. I feel like so many people are on the same level as far as what God is speaking. You hear the same scriptures over and over again. People are preaching the same stuff because God is speaking. And I feel like God has eliminated so many distractions. I don't believe that God brought this upon us, but I think he's using it to eliminate the distractions, and for such a time as this. I believe that there's more, that when we walk out of this, because we will walk out of it,
Yes.
there's going to be something else that we need to be prepared for, where we're going to be able to say, God did that for such a time as this. So people, prepare yourselves. And I think probably I'll end on this.
Okay, yeah.
There was a Bible verse, the Bible verse of the day in the Bible app not too long ago. And I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was talking about expectation. And when I read it, initially, I read it, we as a church and as a people of God, we walk in expectation of God doing more. We walk in the expectation that God's going to be victorious, that God's going to do a new thing, that God's going to do this, do that. However, as the day went on, when I read that verse again, it's as a Christian and as a man of God, as a woman of God, more is expected of us.
It's true.
The deeper we go with God, and I've been wanting to get this off of me for a long time, and now's the opportunity.
Yep.
The deeper that we go with God, the further that we get on our walk, the more that is expected of us.
That's true.
Not just for the people around us, but for God, to walk in righteousness, to walk away from sinful ways,
Yeah.
to stop partying, to stop drinking, to stop smoking, to stop because as you grow closer to God and as you walk in righteousness, God will place things on your heart. And as you pray, we are supposed to pray, God, cleanse my heart. Remove the things that are not of you. Let me know what those are. And then once God reveals that to you, no matter how far away you try to push it, no matter how much you try to ignore it, it's an expectation that you're going to work on it. You don't have to, it's not expected that you get rid of it right then and there. You got to be done that day.
He's a patient God.
He's a patient God.
Yes,
But the expectation is that you're going to try.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, to walk away from those worldly lifestyles. And I don't have to name it all. You know what it is.
It's standing up for righteousness.
Stand up for righteousness.
Yes.
To act upon the word of God, to do what he says, and to stop doing what he says to not do. Mm-hmm. So the expectation is that we try to be more righteous. And the key word to that is try. God listen, if you're trying, you don't got to be worried about what other people think of you. Because God knows if you're trying. God knows if you're trying. And that's what matters.
Amen.
Amen.
That's what matters.
That's what matters.
He knows our heart,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
He knows our heart. He knows our name. Mm-hmm. He knows every word that we say. He knows every thought that we think. He knows how many hairs we have on our head, no matter how many or how little.
It's true.
He knows.
He does.
He knows.
So we can trust him.
We can trust him.
With
we
everything.
can trust him. Yeah.
God's always bigger.
He's always bigger. Yeah.
This has been fun.
Yes, this has been fun.
Yep.
Yeah. So, do you have anything you want to say?
No, just
Okay.
that I'm thankful to be the one to get up here and interview you, I guess.
Oh, thanks
been
for
fun.
interviewing me.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Should do it again sometime.
Yeah, okay, we'll do it again.
We got more questions in here.
We
We've
have
not
a lot
got
of
to.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That was
thanks
fun.
for watching. And
Yeah. I think I
gonna
might sing a song.
You are. Mm-hmm.
You think I should?
I think you should, because you're great at it.
Thank you. I don't know what to sing, though.
It's okay.
We're going to figure it out. What do you think I should sing? Oh, okay. Yeah. Just play for a second.
This world can never satisfy the longing in my soul. When all is lost and hope is dry, when all I feel is cold, I'm coming back to your presence. I'm coming back to your presence. 'Cause there's a hunger and a thirst. I am desperate. Immerse me. I'm not waiting, not anymore. I need you, Lord. 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 I need you, I feel it burning like a fire, stronger than before. You are the one that I desire. I couldn't So